And welcome back to the second half of South Texas Crossfire. If you're just joining us, this is attorney Joe Flores reminding you to join us each and every week right here on KTMV with the Lopez family. Special thanks to Don Humberto, celebrating over 50 years of broadcasting, and his son, Carlos Lopez, the Ted Turner of broadcasting, and to our biggest sponsor, God. Without him, none of this is possible. And also our other sponsors here images are flashing up at the end of. We want to thank all our sponsors that help us out and make this show possible. Again, with me today, I have Homero Villarreal. If you're just joining us, he is the publisher of El Defensor, owner of Royal House Publishing, and the much talked about recently La Politica. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us.
An honor, Joe.
Well, you know, we were talking, if people are just joining, I'm going to tell them to circle the TV, get their popcorn, sodas, and Snickers, and let's talk about, you talked about your background. Robstown, Texas, Texas A&M College Station. You came back to avoid, as you said, the brain drain. And now you're talking about issues that really affect us all. We're going to jump feet first into the racial tensions and the problems, the sort of ethnic cleansing, if you will, that Arizona's trying to do, and establishing a very dangerous presidency here in the United States, and it will not be tolerated here in South Texas if I have anything to do with it. So tell us a little bit. There's a lot of confusion about what's going on in Arizona and about targeting Hispanics, whether to check them for IDs and checkpoints just by virtue of their color.
Well, basically, it's a movement, a larger movement that is being bankrolled by very powerful people in the country. If you take, there's basically a multi-millionaire. His name is Dr. John Tanton out of Michigan, and he's being funded by several rich entities throughout the country that support this agenda. And basically what they want to do is they want to put a target on the Hispanic population. Why? They're trying to bring out the old sentiments of that Hispanophobia. That Hispanics are trying to take over this country. Hispanics are depleting the resources of the environment. You have the Sierra Club now saying that immigrants are depleting the Rio Grande no longer has any water because of immigration.
Give me a break. What a bunch of idiots.
Here you have Texas A&M Corpus Christi, the Department of Oceanography, prominent professors being bankrolled that appeared in all these Nazi-type journals like the Federation of Americans for Legal Reform, a hate organization, by the way, professors from Texas A&M, saying that Hispanics are coming in, depleting the resources of the environment in Texas and along the Rio Grande. Then in California, you have all these anti-immigrant groups, again sponsored by John Tanton. And basically what they're saying is that the government is encouraging a takeover of the United States. But what is it? What is a tactic? Behind the rhetoric, if we take all the layers away, what are they trying to tap into? The fear of people. They're trying to scare a certain segment of the population, the Caucasian part of the population that is still, this is what you call a nativist movement, and throughout history it's been used against the immigrants. They're different. The swine flu was blamed on Hispanics. So on and so forth. They speak a different language. They're not American enough. It's been done through many groups throughout history. So why are they doing it now? Well, they're doing it now, putting a target in our back because, there's a November election. By getting the passions up high, you're able to get people angry enough and get them to the polls. But why should Hispanics be the scapegoat? Why should we want a target in our back? Look at what happened in Arizona. They're talking about the bill, but what happened a few months ago, like 6 or 7 months ago? Well, what happened is the Minutemen, there's different types of Minuteman organizations, but one of them is called there's the Mountain Minutemen, the Mountain Minutemen Corps, and there's a more dangerous one called the American Minuteman Defense. A lady by the name of Shauna Ford, F-O-R-D-E, the president, also a spokesman for John Tanton, bankrolling in Washington. You'll probably seen her on TV. She just got charged for murder. They invaded a home there in Arizona. They were trying to steal money and resources, and a 9-year-old girl, an American citizen, Joe Flores, was shot 3 times in the face.
Horrible.
Her father was murdered.
And these are by these separatist groups?
Yeah, I'm talking about the American Minutemen, the same people John Tenton is bankrolling.
Take the law in their own hands?
Take the law into their own hand, egged on by the Tea Party people. Basically, they murdered Americans. And why? The Hispanophobia that is being promoted. Xenophobia basically means, psychologists call it and sociologists, fear of foreigners. But somehow Hispanics are not foreign. Briseña was a U.S. citizen.
And you have xenophobia.
Xenophobia, and some people call it right now Hispanophobia because it's being the present ethnic. Also, the FBI has reported that 62% of all the hate crimes in the United States are against Latinos.
We certainly have usurped African Americans as being the target, and Arabs also.
Way beyond, way beyond.
The Arab community after 9/11.
Well, also the tension toward Iraq, the tension toward Afghanistan is being taken out here. Remember, the soldiers got their problems there, but the people here at home somehow want to participate in it, and this is a complex psychological, social psychological thing.
And let me stop you there. You know how I saw the most idiotic thing that I ever seen was they went, being Hispanic in America, and a reporter, beautiful young woman from CNN, being Hispanic in America, went to talk to some of these hate group people, and they said, well, the Mexicans are taking our jobs and stuff, and they say, well, what jobs do you want that the Mexicans have? He couldn't answer because they didn't pay enough. So what jobs are we taking away from these white extremists? They don't want to clean out toilets. They don't want to be maids in hotels. They don't want to be waiters. Yet they want to say that we're taking away their jobs to use it as a base to lash out. Morris Dees from the Southern Poverty Center has said these Tea Party people are confused, to say the least. And all these white separatist groups that Mike Chavez and other people that met in Washington for, we can't tolerate these people. These people are the criminals, not Hispanics that are being targeted.
Yes, exactly. And you know, one of the things about the consequences of the Arizona law is they're profiling Latinos. And you know, people say, well, we're going after the illegal aliens. Baloney. You know, it's,
they just want to target Hispanics that vote.
The thing is, it does not target non-Latino. How do you determine if somebody's legal or not? Well, you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
You see somebody of olive or brown skin, right away you're a target.
Well, the other thing is, if you don't have your papers with you, you can actually be arrested.
That's Nazi Germany tactics against the Jews.
What does it sound like?
Nazi Germany.
Show me your papers. Show me your papers. The old movies we used to watch on the
Nazi Germany. That's the way they started with the Jews.
Yeah.
They started asking them for their papers. They started putting a gold star on them. And what the heck is Arizona doing but promoting Nazi fascism?
Well, it's basically institutionalized bigotry, but it's for a reason. You know, you have to look at the functional purpose of the bigotry of the time. Why is it being used? Well, they want to make especially the older folks feel that we're losing America. America is changing. Any society that remains stagnant dies.